Welcome everyone to this McGill Macdonald campus information session. My name is Jennifer Innes and I work in recruitment and admissions for the Macdonald campus. And I'm going to talk to you today about things you should need to know now that you've been admitted, what you should be doing next, and also give you a little bit of information on academic things and what you need to know now. So the first thing I'm going to point out to you is two resources, two places where you can get information that is extremely useful at the moment. The first is our Welcome to McGill's Macdonald campus. It's an essential guide for new students. We mail it out to you, and some of you will have received it. For some of you, it will be in the mail at the moment. You should get it soon. And it will have information on all kinds of things like what legal documents you need to submit, information about registration and registration dates, tuition, residences, all that kind of thing, with websites where you can find more information. At the back, there's a calendar of dates, and there's also an index with contact information for all different university offices where you may need to get information. And the other resource I'd like to point out to you is the mcgill.ca/accepted website if you haven't been on it yet. That will give you all kinds of important information as well. And for the Essential Guide, this is a resource that you should keep if you can, because you can refer to it throughout your first year, and it will have that useful information for you. So I guess the first thing you need to do now is to plan your finances and calculate what it's going to cost you to study at McGill. So we have some resources to help you with this. We have an interactive site where you can put in where you're coming from and what you're going to be studying, and it will tell you what your tuition and fees will be for the coming year in Canadian dollars. You can also see what their housing costs will be on the Mac Campus Fees website. Don't forget to calculate money for your food and also to allow $1,000 or so for your books. Now, we do also have an entrance bursary program if you need a bit of a subsidy to help you pay for your education. The deadline to apply for this entrance bursary is 30 days from your offer of admission. Sometimes there's a little bit of leeway in there. If you have not yet applied and you need help, contact the Scholarship and Student Aid Office and they'll be able to tell you if you can still apply for an entrance bursary program. Now, the next thing you need to do, and right away, if you're coming from another country, is to deal with your immigration issues. So there's two main documents you're going to need. One is a certificate of acceptance from the province of Quebec, and that you can apply for online, all right? You're going to fill in the form, pay the small fee, submit your documents, and they will send you a CAQ back in the mail to you. So you should expect to receive that document. And the other thing you'll need to do is apply for your Canadian study permit, and the process is different depending on where it is that you're coming from. So I recommend that you go to the International Student Services website. They do have a number of pre-arrival webinars that give you information on all kinds of things. They have one on immigration. It'll tell you how to get all the documents you need. There's one on health insurance. There's one on what you need to know before coming to Montreal and what you should bring with you, all kinds of different webinars. And if you can't attend live, they will post the recording. So I recommend that you look there. They have a lot of really good information on their website. So you should go to the website and check it out. The next thing you need to do is make sure you accept your offer of admission. And to do that, you're going to have to log into your Minerva account. And I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about when I talk about Minerva at this point. You must all have been in by now. You're going to go into your applicant menu, applicant status, and then accept your offer. It's about $400, I think, and it's a non-refundable deposit that you will submit by credit card. Now, if you have been admitted to more than one program, when you accept one offer, it automatically refuses the other one. So be careful in your choice and make sure you accept the offer that you mean to accept. All right, that's the first thing. And the second is, if you have applied to more than one program and you've only had one offer so far, and you're still waiting to hear about the other one, then as long as you know that McGill is the school for you and that you're going to come no matter what program it is, you can go ahead and accept that offer. And then if you're admitted later on to the program that you would really like, you can just contact us and we'll walk you through the procedure for requesting that your confirmation change from one program to the next. Then after that, the next thing you're going to have to do is register for your classes. And for this, we have a lot of help for you. The Campus Life and Engagement Office has organized a number of pre-registration orientation events, which we'll talk a little bit about more later. And you will have a chance to consult with your academic advisor. We also have tools like class schedule and visual schedule builder, which will help you visualize your schedule so it's much easier to see what you're registering for and plan out what you're going to be doing when. Registration does open at different times for different students. So on the 7th of June is when CEGEP students will be able to register. Then on the 14th, if you're coming in with an IB, International Baccalaureate, French Baccalaureate, A-levels, CAPE, anything like that, you're going to be registering on the 14th of June. And on the 16th of June, the rest of you coming from high school will be, registration will open for you then. Now you're also going to have to submit some documents to us depending on where you're coming from. And the legal documents that we need are listed on the website, also some information in the essential guide, and also the way you're going to submit them. You're going to submit them by web form to us. Everything is much quicker to come if you can send us things electronically rather than by mail. Final marks also have to be submitted, and most of those will come by mail. Unless you're coming from CEGEP, in which case we will get those automatically electronically from the Quebec government. And if you're an Ontario high school student and you have an OAC reference number that you've given us, we will be able to get those documents electronically as well. For the rest of you, you're going to have to make sure that your high school or your exam board sends final grades and final transcripts with your proof of graduation to us. Now we're going to talk just a little bit about studying at McGill terms, what you can expect. So at McGill, we have two main terms, and they are fall and winter. So the fall semester runs from September to mid-December, followed by a 2-week exam period. The winter term runs from January to mid-April with a 2-week exam period again. So please make sure that if you're planning on traveling back home or anywhere else, that you do not book your flight until after the exam schedule is posted, the final exam schedule, because having a flight booked is not a valid reason for missing a final. You're careful when you're planning your travel. Now we do also have an optional limited summer semester. It's mostly on the downtown campus. We don't often have any courses at the MAC campus, and courses are structured differently. So if you're studying in fall or winter and you're in a class, you're going to be doing it 2 or 3 times a week for the whole semester. In summer term, it's a little different. You will be doing a course all day long for a month. So they're compressed. And we have actually 2 terms within that summer term. Now our courses, when we talk about courses, they're usually 3 to 4 credits. There are some exceptions, but mostly they're 3 or 4 credits. If you're doing a 4-credit course, it probably has a lab attached to make sure you register for the lab. And in each term, you will be doing 4 to 5 courses or 12 to 15 credits, really. And each year consists of 2 terms and approximately 30 credits. So when we say you're coming into a 3-year program or 90 credit, it's usually 90 credits. And to graduate, the amount of credits you're going to need is indicated on your offer of admission. So if you're a CEGEP student and you're coming into, I don't know, nutrition or food science or one of the Bachelor of Environmental Biology, say, you'll be coming into a 90 credit program probably if you've done a pre-university DEC. If you're coming in from high school and you're coming into the concurrent program of both food science and nutrition, you will be doing 152 credits. So you could be anywhere in between that range, depending on what your education to date has been and what program you're coming into. So normally, to be registered as a full-time student, you will need to register for at least 12 credits. And if you're on a student visa, or if you have financial aid, you need to make sure you are registered for those 12 credits because you must be considered a full-time student to get your financial aid or for your student visa to be valid. It's usually around 15. Now, if you're interested in being eligible for our in-course awards in your 2nd year, after you've been studying for a year, you need to make sure that you register for 27 graded credits across the fall and winter terms. So you need to have at least like 13 in one and 14 in the other to be eligible for our in-course awards. And they must be graded credits. So you do have the option sometimes of choosing pass or fail in courses. If you choose that option on a course, it won't count towards your eligibility for your in-course scholarships. Now, if you're coming in from any of these categories with a CEGEP DEC, IB, French Bac, A-levels, CAPE, APs, then you will probably getting some advanced standing from us, right? And depending on how much advanced standing you get, you will either come in as a U0 student or a U1 student. So U0 students, or freshman students, are those who are coming in with no advanced standing at all, or maybe just a few APs, or perhaps you've done a couple of university level courses while you were at high school. And that is freshman. And the reason we call it U0 is because that year is sort of a prerequisite year for the programs that you're going to choose later. So you're not actually in a major other than freshman. So you're U0. Students coming in with advanced diplomas like CEGEP DECs, IB, French Bac, things like that, you will be coming directly into U1, and you've probably got most of your freshman level courses completed. However, you may still have some courses left to do, even though you're coming in as a U1 student. For example, if you're coming in with a French Bac and you've got physique chimie, then you will be missing biology, and we will have to add that biology course to your courses to be completed. Now, if you're a freshman student, U0, your first year is going to be basic math and science courses. So that's biology, chemistry, calculus, physics, a little bit like science boot camp. But those are all the prerequisite courses that you're going to need when you choose your major, which is going to be at the end of your freshman year. And you move into that. So you're going to get all those basic courses done, and then you're going to have more interesting courses, I guess you can say, when you choose your majors. And we will give you help finding those majors. So you will have speakers in your freshman seminar, you will have a majors fair, you will be able to meet with advisors, and they're going to give you information and help on moving into your major if you have a choice of majors with your degree. Some degrees don't have a choice. So if you're coming into bioresource engineering freshman program, you are just going to move right into bioresource engineering as your major. Same with food science or the concurrent program. And for nutrition, if you, unless you have a successful application to transfer to dietetics, you will move directly into nutrition. For the Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, you have a choice of majors, and you're going to be doing that. Now, you will have a chance to meet with your freshman advisors, and also you're not going to worry about specializations, concentrations, minors, anything like that. You're going to add those later on. Now, if you're coming in as a U1 student, you are starting directly in your major. You may have one or two freshman level courses that you still have to complete depending on your advanced standing, but you are going to start generally in your major in U1, and you can select specializations and concentrations at the end of that first year. So for example, all of the majors in the Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, you have a major and a specialization. Some of you will have chosen that already. You'll have chosen the specialization. Don't worry if you want to change your mind, no problem. You've got all year long, you can change. If you come into animal, say life sciences with an animal biology specialization and you think, no, you know what, it's animal health and disease I really want to study, then no problem, you can change that. And for those of you who haven't chosen one yet, no problem. You got a whole year, you can wait and choose that later. Now, we also have an advising website where you'll be able to find information specifically for the program you're coming into. All of the advisors have laid out information, including the courses they recommend you take and the order that you take them in. So you should have a look at that. That information is also in your essential guide on where to find the advisors. And of course, you will have an opportunity to meet the academic advisors through the summer if you make appointments, or with the McGill pre-registration orientation events. So these events are running from May 25th till about, I think, 11th or 12th of June. And Campus Life and Engagement will be doing workshops that are designed to help you navigate your way through course registration on the 25th to 29th, and they will send you information about that. Our campus will be hosting sessions on June 3rd with our faculty advisor. She's going to give you information about how things work for our faculty, what your rules and regulations are, what you can't do, how you should do things, study abroad, add drop, all kinds of things. So I recommend you attend that session if you can. And then you will have a chance to meet with your academic advisor. Now, the freshman advisors will be doing an information session then, general academic advising, but they are also going to be doing more sessions on the 8th and 10th of June. So on the 8th, it is specifically for freshman students who are coming in with advanced standing. But any freshman student, feel free to come to this session and ask your questions as well. Then on June 10th, they're having a session that will be geared towards U1 students who are coming into a program with some advanced standing who have freshman courses left to complete. Some of you may have quite a number, even though you've gotten some advanced standing. So you should come to that session because the freshman advisors are also the teachers of those courses, and they will be able to advise you on how to manage those things. And of course, any freshman student is also welcome to attend that session as well. So that's it, pretty much all the information I wanted to give you. I would just like to give you ways to keep in touch with us if you would like. If you haven't yet joined our Facebook page, please join our incoming class Facebook page. There's also events that you can still attend. There are more events. If you have questions, please email us. And that's pretty much it for today. You could screenshot this if you like. And I would say thank you for watching this.